Hey guys, Andrew Esquivel here, back with an update, and today I'm updating my status on my Dream Blue Velvet Shrimp. As you can see, they're being very shrimpy, just scuttling across, doing as they do. Super happy. Now, some of you may know that I had a lot of difficulty with these guys when I first got them. I had a huge die-off. I lost a lot of money on these shrimps from the original shipments. And I couldn't figure out why. I swear to you, I did everything I could think of. I mean, everything. I went to several experts. I went online. I did everything I could possibly do between medicines and natural ways of doing things. And eventually, I moved them to this tank right here. I built this tank specially for them. And it's working. I don't know why, because the parameters are virtually the same. But it's working. So I'm happy about that. Now, this was several months ago. I got my original shipment and a ton of them died off. About maybe 90% of them. Still no idea why. No one seems to know. But, if you look around, you'll see shrimplets. I got shrimp babies. And the shrimp babies are everywhere. Trying to see if maybe I can focus in on... There's one right there. Look in the center of your screen. Shrimp babies. Now, this is the third generation. Well, one of the generations, I should say. Because here's what I did. When the first shipment went awry, there was only one good survivor. One female survivor. And luckily, she was super heavily buried. She had a ton of babies. And the great thing about that is when the shrimp are raised and born in this tank with these parameters, they do a lot better. Because this is what they were used to from the moment they came into the world. So they do super, super well. And that's why they're all very healthy and shrimpy and doing all their good old shrimpy things, swimming around, being fun. And I couldn't be happier. I'm so ecstatic to see that they're doing well now. You'll notice I got a bunch of hornwort here. It's just sucking up nitrates like crazy. Grows like crazy too. But here's the thing. I didn't want to just have a few shrimp to start out with because that's going to take a long time. So I ordered another batch of Blue Dream Velvets, or Dream Blue Velvets, however you want to say it, from a different breeder in a different part of the country. And those tiny little babies that I showed you are the newest offspring from the second shipment from the other breeder. This is about the size of the shrimp that were born from the original breeder. If I could get my camera to focus once in a while. There we go. Nice and blue. Very happy. And I'm particularly happy about this because, let's face it, Dream Blue Velvet shrimp are really expensive. They can go upwards of $7 a shrimp. I don't plan on selling them for that much because that seems a little insane to me. But this means that I have diversified genetics. Once all these shrimp are grown up and are having babies with each other, I'm really hoping that the one set from one breeder breed with the other set from the other breeder and have very good, healthy genetic, beautiful blue shrimp. And I'll admit, so with the shrimp that I got from the second breeder almost look like sapphire shrimp because their blueness was a lot deeper compared to the first one. They definitely weren't just velvet shrimp. Velvet shrimp have a really light blue. Dream Blue Velvet are kind of a darker blue. But they all have a wonderful color. And they're all growing up. And it's such a pleasure to come down here and see them every day. And as you can see, I had a ton of snails in here at one point. I'm so glad that snails are dying down in population. Thanks to my little assassin snail here. I actually have 3 of them in here now. Just to make sure population control. They don't hurt the baby shrimp or nothing. Like, for instance, that bladder snail right there. You can't get rid of them. Once they're in there, they just don't go away. Makes me very upset that they're there. But, this is not about them. This is about the shrimps. So, I've got maybe... gotta have at least 20 of them in here now. And they're doing so good. I'm actually doing a water change on the tank right now. And you can see the water is coming in very slowly. And I do 1/10 of a water change every 2 weeks, and I base it off of the TDS. in the water because, well, my TDS is naturally very high because I use straight hard water from my hard water line, and the shrimp like it. These shrimp that were born in here like it. That's how they are, and I like that they like it. They do very well in it. The shrimp that came from the shipments had a hard time adjusting, and that may be why a number of them died. But then again, I had custom water for them too, from distilled water raised with Seachem Replenish. They didn't like that either. So all the shrimp that are in here are doing very good. But in order to be safe, a tenth of a water change, tenth of the water is taken out, and then it takes about maybe 2 to 3 hours to put the water back in. Now you might be thinking, this is just a 10-gallon tank, that's a long time to fill up, and yeah, you're right. But I don't want to shock them, because they're very expensive. I don't want to lose any more. So I do this water change very, very slowly, so that they're comfortable, so that there's no serious temperature fluctuations. Their temperature has been lowered a bit, so they're closer to 71 degrees Fahrenheit. They seem to be happy with it. I'm happy that they're happy. And ammonia, nitrite, nitrates are all very good. The hornwort is sucking up nitrates like you wouldn't believe and growing insanely fast. That's just what hornwort does. My other shrimp tank, you can see how dense the hornwort's gotten. And this is the cherry shrimp tank. I got a bunch of snails in here that have come back. I thought I got rid of all of them, and I had an assassin snail on the prowl for a while, and then 2 of them bred, and there was eggs everywhere, and I'm like, no, not again, please not again. So I'm gonna put more assassins in here to take care of the snail issue. This is supposed to be a shrimp tank, not a snail tank. These are my cherries. Eventually I'm gonna get rid of all these cherries and start breeding Bloody Marys. I like Bloody Mary shrimp better than standard cherries. These are just the shrimp I started out with, and they're doing good. I also trade. I'll take my best shrimp and I'll trade with someone else who has cherries for their best shrimp, and even 1-for-1 exchange, just to diversify the gene pool. And it benefits both breeders. So, no one's losing any money, and everyone's getting good fresh shrimp to expand the gene pool. And this is just 2 of my shrimp tanks. Down there, that's going to be a shrimp tank. I'm waiting for a sponge filter to come in. I always use the dual sponge filters. And I'm also going to be getting something called a biofilm reactor. There's a guy on Reddit who I've been talking to who makes custom 3D printed biofilm reactors. And basically what it is baby shrimp don't eat pellets and stuff. They feed off of biofilm that builds up on all the surfaces of everything. And that's their primary source of food. A biofilm reactor basically just creates a ton of biofilm and puts it on the ground. And it supplements the food source for the babies. Once they're adults, though, I do feed them veggie sticks. Super high in calcium. It's good for their molting process and what have you. But the biofilm reactor I'm going to get hopefully purchased in the next few days, and I'll definitely do a review on that. That'll be fun. But I couldn't be happier with the way things are turning out. And yes, you look under, there's algae everywhere. I don't clean it up because there's biofilm all over, and I want the babies to have as much biofilm to nom on as they can. So, finally, I got the shrimp tank with the Dream Blue Velvets going, and it's going good. Every day I come down here and I can't believe how quickly they're growing. They went from tiny shrimplets to adolescents in like less than a month. They're doing so good. So, thanks for watching, guys. And for everyone who's helped me along the way, because this was a quandary, let me tell you what. Thank you. I'm just relieved. Alright, I'm going to end it here.